What up, Nasty Gang? It's your boy Kendall here doing a Q&A. Thank you for submitting all of your questions on my Instagram story. There was a lot to get through. I wrote down a couple of the most popular ones that you guys were asking. So let's get right into it, Nasty Gang. Okay, number one from THTSJSTM. Shout out you. Where were you mentally after the show / reunion? Directly after the show, I'd say when I got my phone back, from riding the highest of highs to all of a sudden I was experiencing the lowest of the lows. After the reunion, it was similar. It was very similar to the low that I was feeling mentally. I was not in the right headspace. I was dealing with a lot. So I've just never felt that sort of weight on me before. It was a really tough time for me, and I'll be honest with you guys, I mean, the toughest time of my life. So what I have to say to that is, to get through that was hard, but I could not have gotten through those tough times directly after the show, directly after the reunion, without my close friends and family, without my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Having to rely on those people and my religion is the only way I got through. The only way I got through. If I did not have those things, I would be toast. I don't know, I would have spiraled and gone into a completely different direction. So that was my mental health right after. But the show did provide me so many resources as well. So I'm very blessed for that. Speaking to a therapist, getting closer with people that had my back since day one. Without them, without my religion, be toast. I don't even know where I'd be. So I'm very blessed to say that I am in great spirits today. I couldn't be happier. I'm so overwhelmed with opportunities and receiving so much love, especially from you guys. And it just feels like everything's on the way up. My mental health is in a great spot right now, but I wanted to be honest on where it was, because we've come a long way. That's why I tried to stay positive during it. That's how I cope with things. I cope with things by not burying the pain, but I'd say relieving it with things that I enjoy. That's if we're being completely honest. If that answers your question about my mental health, we're thriving now, baby. Come on, we're so back. Next question. Favorite memory from Love Island? That's tough. I'd say one of my favorite ones was jumping in the pool after the show ended. You know, when it was all like, hey, Gardezi, Serena, y'all won. And then we all celebrated, got champagne, and jumping in the pool, that moment was so great because it was the end of the journey. I made it through. I felt so relieved that I had come into that villa from the start and made it 2 months in Fiji. Made some of the best friends. So it was just a surreal moment that I felt so accomplished that I made it through all the way, that I was with somebody. My next favorite memory, I'd say, was parasailing. That was unbelievable. I've never parasailed before, and I don't know how far up we were, but it was 100, 150 feet, however far it was, but it was such a great moment, especially because I was with Nicole. It was so much fun, and we were having the time of our lives up there. So I think parasailing was one. My last one, oh yeah, rock, paper, scissors with Liv. That game we played, looking back at that was so much fun because it was at a time where nothing was really going on in the villa and everyone was off doing their own little side missions. And so Liv and I decided to do that TikTok trend where you have a plate of food, but usually it's a whole meal. But we had just little snacks. We had gummy bears, rice cakes, and when we did the rock paper scissors thing, we would have to run back and forth to the tree in the back. That just sticks with me as one of my, that's a great moment that I have, especially with Liv, one of my closest friends in the villa. We were all just trying to make any sort of entertainment when we weren't just chatting it up. Next question. Okay, I've got this a lot, like literally thousands of requests on this one. I just want to address it. Are you still in contact with Nicole? We haven't been in contact since the breakup. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Wish her the best. What's next for you after Love Island? Okay, this is a good question. I want to get a lot more into content creation. As you see here, I'm on my own YouTube channel. Very excited about it. I also want to continue to do what I'm doing, which is medical device sales. I love what I do. I cover a lot of cities, so it's very time consuming, but very fruitful, and I've been doing it for a couple of years now, so that's still a part of my life. Travel. So yeah, I'm doing a lot of traveling just out of the villa. So I'd say just more of that. I'm going to like the Country Music Awards next week with Roberto. I'm going to Paris, going back to LA. So I have so many things planned. So traveling is going to be a big part of what I'm doing, but just sharing more of my life with you guys so you guys can really get to know me outside of just what you saw on Love Island. I appreciate the feedback that I've gotten on some of my TikToks from you guys. So I just like to have fun. That's just kind of my personality. So just share more about me. This is from Hannah Diesel Horst. Nasty merch? Question mark, question mark? Yes, the Nasty merch is coming. Nasty gang, don't worry about it. It's on the way. We got it. I've got some mock-ups right now. Nasty and Nasty gang is trademarked. Did my due diligence there. So the Nasty gang merch will be arriving. Patience, my people, patience. It's gonna be sick. I put a little twist on like what I typically like to wear, but I also want to share it with like, because I know a lot of women out there love the Nasty gang. So I've got a lot of feedback on what y'all would love. So that's going to be included, but the men's section is going to be sick. We're going to have hats, everything. Be ready. Are you single? From Alexandra.Axery. Y'all got some complicated names. Simple. Yes, I'm single. I don't know when I'm going to be dating again, to be honest. But I feel like you just don't know. I feel like when you meet someone, like you just know. So like maybe that's when I'll start dating again. When I meet that person, I'm like, yes. But for the meantime, yes, I'm single. From Nana.Dwama_. How do you stay so positive? This is a great question. So this is a little bit about my lifestyle, who I am, how I was raised. So I try not to let anything get me down, like nothing. Especially, I've had to adjust that since coming out of the villa because I've never received a criticism, or I know when I say criticism, obviously I've received criticism, but like at this scale. So hearing just everyone's opinions about yourself, it was tougher for me to stay positive than I typically was. Because I only care about what I think about myself, what my close friends and family think about me. That's it. So how I stay positive so much is just having that mindset of A, you can't please everybody, which I've learned. And B, is that if you know who you are, like nobody could try to change you from what your own perspective of yourself is. So I know who I am as a man, so I'm not gonna let anybody determine who I am based on their opinions from the outside. At the same time, my mindset, no matter what, you can come up to me, say, screw you, Kendall, I hate you, whatever it is, I'm still gonna stay positive in that moment because that's just how I roll. It's just how I've been raised. Like my mom and my dad raised me to be positive and be a light. So I never want to spread any negative energy. And so if I have the opportunity to change somebody's life or like maybe share a positive note about someone, give someone a compliment, I'm always going to do it. So I think it's just a mindset shift of saying, hey, no matter what, I'm going to stay positive because everything happens for a reason. Everything. So when something hits the fan for me, like I'm not going to just automatically freak out. I'm going to say, hey, there is a reason this is happening and it's going to turn out to be a blessing because everything happens for that reason. So just staying positive is just something I've always like take precedence in because if I don't, that's when I start to spiral. If I let people affect me, that's when I start questioning myself. So to be positive is my #1 motto, and that's what I just want to spread, positivity and happiness wherever I'm at. And that makes people want to be around you. That makes people like respect you. So I'd say that's kind of like my mentality in regards to staying positive, if that answers your question. I was a little long-winded. From Who's Our Ho? Who's Our Ho? Who's Our Ho? Okay. Damn, can y'all have like a normal username? What's your ethnicity? Get this all the time, y'all. Okay. I'm gonna be very blunt here. I'm black, period. African American, however you want to spin it, that's me. My mom's black, my dad's black, grandma's black, grandpa's black. It's my family. We come in different shades. As you see, I'm a little bit more light skinned. My sister's darker than me, my dad's darker than me, my mom's lighter than me, my grandpa's darker than me. So hopefully that answers your question. What was your major and how'd you get into medical sales? From Nehemiah 1. My major was sports broadcasting. I studied at TCU. Shout out, go Frogs. And how'd I get into medical device sales? I feel like it's just who you know. One of my best friends works in medical device sales, and he reached out to me when an opening happened and said, "You will be great for this." Because I was in sales the last couple of years working for the Dallas Stars in ticket sales and suite sales and sponsorship sales. He reached out, got the interview, nailed it, got the job. So I think it's just about who you know, and I'd also say go on LinkedIn and start DMing medical people because they're always looking for jobs, for openings. But yeah, back to my major, sports broadcasting. Yeah, I wanted to be a broadcaster. I wanted to be on ESPN. That was a huge dream of mine. I had my show Unscripted at TCU, had a radio show. Thought that was going to be my dream and my goal, but things changed. Dallas Stars offered me a job out of college in sales, so I took it. And I'm glad I did. Okay, here we go. This is from Brenda.Banda. Was it easy adjusting back to normal life after the villa? No. That's like the easiest way I could say it because it wasn't easy. I went from just working a 9 to 5 and having like 2,000 followers on Instagram. Like people knew me here in Dallas, but like not like the scale it is now where it's like Love Island was like the #1 show in the nation. Everybody feels like they know who I am when I'm walking around. It was an adjustment, but I mean, I'm adjusted now. But I wouldn't say it was easy. A lot of prayer and a lot of just comfort from my friends and family on how to really adjust to how I am now. Because again, not everyone, but like a lot of people know who I am. So you gotta act different. Not act different, but you gotta move different, I'd say. You can't just be doing just how you were beforehand because you got a camera in your face a lot of times. Here we go, the Addison Williams. She said, "Where TF did you go when y'all played hide and seek? Your spot still has yet to be revealed." I've gotten so many questions about this. I didn't even know they played it in the show. So when I got all these questions, like, oh my goodness, like I really crushed it. It's so funny, when I hit here, I was waiting for so long, and I heard downstairs they continued to play. I was like, hey, I'm still hiding, y'all. So this is where I hid. Okay, y'all know Soul Ties, right? Soul Ties is crazy, all right? Shout out KK. You know Soul Ties? So there is this spot behind the Soul Ties bench where it was like somehow no cameras were spotting that area. So it was like a blind spot. So I went to Soul Ties and I like squeezed behind the bed and I went like behind the white back of it. So I was like, it was so hot too. I was like drenched in sweat waiting there. So it was just like right behind Soul Ties' bed. Like you know where it says the Soul Ties sign? Like behind that. So I was right behind there and there's a little like area where I could like just like crunch and sit down. So I just sat down right there and I waited forever and literally no one found me. I forgot who ran by me. I think it was either like maybe Kayla or Liv, and like I heard them running. I was like, oh shit, they're gonna find me, but they never did. It was the best hiding spot in Love Island. I'm pissed that I had to share it, but everyone kept asking me. I was gonna do it again, but well, there's no one doing it again. But I didn't want someone else from the next season to do it. But yeah, that's where I hid, right behind Soul Ties. No one found me. Best spot. From Molly_R. What's your workout routine? Okay, so Mondays, I just lift weights at the gym. Tuesdays, Pilates. Typically like to go to solid core. Wednesdays, I like to do Soul Cycle or some sort of cycling. Thursdays, again, Pilates. And Fridays, weightlifting. Saturday, I like to do like a kind of like a HIIT mix. That's if I do everything perfectly. Typically, I'm not even hitting 6 a week, but like if it is a perfect week, that's what it looks like. I like to just switch things up. I use ClassPass a lot, so I like to just try different places. Are you and Leah still close friends? Yes. I love Leah, especially her and Miguel. I know they're thriving out there. I think they're like Universal Studios. But yeah, Leah was one of my closest, especially girlfriends in the villa. I'd say my closest 2 girlfriends in the villa were Leah and Janae. Yeah, for sure, Leah and Nene. They gave me great advice too when I was struggling in there. What is one of your favorite funny memories from the show? Oh, this is good. When Connor got sent home and like we were all super sad and we're like, oh, Connor, we're gonna miss our boy. And we're all standing like near Connor's closet, just trying to figure out, okay, hey, what's next for you, Connor? Like, we'll miss you. Like, what just happened? Like, this doesn't feel real. We're getting emotional. And then I like look to the right, and like Cordell's standing right next to me, and he's literally just like this, like he was sleeping, standing up when we're all having this conversation with Connor. I was like, Deezy, I was like, bro, are you sleeping right now? Everyone lost it. It was so funny. Oh my God, that was for sure one of my favorite funny memories. Would you ever do another reality TV show from Mira_S3? I guess we'll never know. I don't know, guys. TBD. We'll see what's next. Let's end it at that. Thank you guys for submitting all these questions. I'm so excited for this YouTube channel. I'm gonna be posting a lot more vlogs, day in the life, like any sort of content you guys want, just reach out to me. I'm so pumped to post this and see some of y'all's feedback, my first YouTube channel. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Nasty gang, I love you guys. We'll stay tuned for my next vid coming soon. But yeah, baby, stay nasty. I'll see you guys soon.